Welcome back. If you watched my last video, you've already seen the cold truth. Most people stay average not because they lack talent, not because they lack ambition, but because they never truly understand the invisible patterns that shape their choices. Today is different. Today we step into the other side. Today I'm going to show you the blueprint, the principles, the systems, and the mindset that separate the 1% from everyone else. But before we begin, let me be clear. This isn't a promise of instant success. This isn't a shortcut. What I'm about to share is a way of thinking, a way of structuring your life, and a set of practices that, when applied consistently, create results that feel almost inevitable. Let's start with the first principle: identity over outcomes. Most people chase results. They want more money, recognition, fitness, success, and yet they fail to realize that results are temporary, fragile, and unpredictable. What is permanent is your identity, who you see yourself as, the standards you hold yourself to, and the systems you build around your life. Ask yourself, who do you want to become? Not just what do you want to achieve, but who do you want to be when no one is watching? Because the 1%, they act consistently, even when it's hard, even when it's inconvenient. They do what's required because it's who they are, not because they feel like it. This leads to the second principle: systems over motivation. You've felt it before, the fire of inspiration, the surge of motivation. It's powerful, fleeting, it comes and goes. But systems? Systems are relentless. They do not wait for your mood. They do not negotiate with your comfort. They silently guide your days, your weeks, your years toward progress. The first step in building a system is clarity. Be explicit about your standards. Not what you hope for, not what seems reasonable, but what is required. Write them down, define them clearly. The clarity of a standard is more valuable than hours of planning or motivation because it removes hesitation and excuses. Next, you must build rituals that reinforce these standards. The 1% does not rely on willpower alone. Willpower is like a battery, it depletes. Rituals, routines, and small daily habits are the renewable energy that keeps you moving forward. Consider this: waking up at 5 a.m. to work on your craft, reading one page of a book every day that stretches your thinking, spending time in reflection each evening. These small, consistent actions compound. They build momentum. They quietly make you exceptional. But here is the subtle challenge most people miss. Consistency is not enough if your psychology is misaligned. Your mind has to believe in the possibility of your standard. This requires self-reflection, daily self-inquiry, understanding the invisible forces, the fears, the doubts, the patterns that hold you back. Write them down, speak them aloud, confront them, because the blueprint is not just external, it's internal. Mastering your inner world is non-negotiable. The third principle: leverage the power of environment. We are creatures of context. You cannot out-discipline a toxic environment. If you want to be exceptional, you must surround yourself with people, spaces, and resources that elevate you. This might mean leaving old friends, saying no to social obligations that sap your energy, and creating spaces, physical and mental, that support your standards. Now let's talk about incremental mastery. The 1% doesn't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect opportunity. They focus on mastering the smallest elements of their craft every single day. They know that greatness is not a single leap. It's a series of tiny, intentional improvements. Ask yourself, what is the one skill, the one habit, the one daily action that, if mastered, would compound in your life over the next year? Identify it, focus on it, protect it from distraction. Which brings us to a principle that is often ignored: deliberate isolation. Excellence requires periods of solitude, focus, and reflection. Not loneliness, not disconnection, but deliberate separation from noise, from comparison, from the trivial. This is where deep work happens, where standards are tested, where the blueprint becomes alive. And finally, embrace the discomfort of high standards. The truth is, being exceptional is not popular. It's not easy. It will make people uncomfortable. It will test relationships. It will challenge your identity. But discomfort is a signal, not a warning. It tells you that you are growing, that you are moving beyond mediocrity. The 1% learns to sit with that discomfort, to act anyway, and to let it refine them rather than define them. So how do you start today? Here's the actionable step. Write down the standard you want to live by. Be specific. Identify one small daily action that reflects that standard. Start there. Audit your environment. Remove what undermines your growth. Reflect daily. Observe patterns. Identify distractions. Reinforce what aligns with your vision. Commit to incremental mastery, one skill, one habit, one improvement at a time. This blueprint is not a secret trick. It is the deliberate architecture of your life. It is the conscious choice to be exceptional. And here's the promise I made in our last video. If you applied the first video's reflection, if you confronted the cold truth about why most people stay average, now you have the blueprint. Now you have the structure to act on it. The bridge between reflection and action is here. Remember, your future self is not built by motivation, luck, or fleeting inspiration. It is built by the systems you set today, the standards you enforce, and the actions you take, even when no one is watching. So start today. Start with one step. Protect your standards, embrace the discomfort, master your inner world, and know that every small, intentional action compounds toward a life few ever reach. If this video spoke to you, if it helped you see a path forward, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Share your reflections in the comments. Let me know what standard you're committing to today. Your journey starts with awareness, but it grows through action. Excellence is not a gift. It's a decision. It's a blueprint. And today, you have it in your hands. See you in the next one.